Hello guys, welcome to UPBOLT, and let me demonstrate you a Universal UPBOLT magazine. So, why Universal magazine? Because you can put it on any EK Archery Cobra platform crossbow. You can put it on Cobra RX adder. You can also put it on a Cobra Siege. Or if you already got Cobra RX or R9, you can either upgrade it or convert it and put the magazine on it. How to do it you can find in the video below. The second reason why I called it universal is because in contrast to standard longbolt magazine, here you will have 3 Picatinny rails and you can deploy up to 3 tactical devices on a magazine. And finally, regarding the bolts you can use. So this magazine is primarily designed for short bolts. So you can use short bolts with hunting tips. You can use it with a standard EK Archery R series short bolts. And even it's designed for short bolts, you can still use it with long bolts. Indeed with some limitations, because there is no frontal fixer here, but it's fully functional with long bolts as well. Okay, now let's take a detailed look. Let's equip this magazine with tactical devices that we have here and see how to load those with primary bolts, with the short bolts, and how it also works with long bolts as a backup alternative that you can also use. So first of all, let's take a look on the setup here. We have 2 extra Picatinnies here, quite long, so it should be enough to put at least red dot. My suggested setup would be that you have an optics here on the top, maybe some collimator here or red dot, and then some lamp if you like on the side. So let's put it on. So first of all, you might notice this Picatinny became also top Picatinny became longer than on the longbolt magazine. So now you can adjust the position of the optics as you like, and also we can put let's say a collimator here. Okay, and let's put the lamp as well. Okay, so here is the setup of 3 devices. So we have an optics for like bigger range, we have a red dot for smaller range and for tactical situation, and some light here. This probably should be fixated somewhere, but anyway, so that's proposal setup for equipment with 3 devices. Now let's load it with its primary bolts with short bolts. 7.5 inch bolts, and as you can see there, it's very straightforward. Bolts cannot overhang the string at all, and you should load 8 bolts. So after this you are done. And now let's load it with its secondary bolts, with long bolts. And since this magazine is designed primarily for short bolts, so for long bolts, if you want to load it conveniently, you should put it on a side, so bolts are not overhanging the string, because if you do it in a vertical position, since you don't have anything in front here, so bolts will just simply overhang and you will not have a good experience. So you put it on the side, and then you load bolts one by one as normal, and just put the locker time to time on, so it's just put the bolts in place just in case if they get displaced, and then it's kind of convenient way to load the bolts. And as you see, right now we don't have any frontal fixation here, so you can go with those bolts and shoot with those bolts, but maybe in future we will add also fixation here for this universal magazine, same as for long bolts, but for now it's primary short bolts design, and long bolts is just secondary bolts. So the most important thing here before you load the bolts is to check the bolt vanes, and I have a separate video instruction how to check it. And the idea is, if you can see a look on the top, so you need to check that it has a few millimeters to go forward and few millimeters to go backwards, and is not kind of catching the magazine walls. And I have separate video where I explain how to check the vanes so that your bolts are traveling freely in the magazine. Also, I want to pay your attention for the difference between the adder, and as you see, the string is located here closer to the magazine, and if you pay attention to the siege, so here string is a bit bigger distance between magazine and the string. So if you are using any custom broadhead bolts with hunting tips, so first you need to check that the tip of the bolt is not exceeding the distance for the string, so you need to make sure the string is in the same distance with fixers here, and then you are not exceeding the length of the bolt. So this bolt is kind of usable, but it's the minimum length you need. And of course, for any custom bolts, you need to pay a very close attention to the vanes shape, and that it moves freely in the magazine. So thank you for watching this demonstration. You can find those universal magazines on our UPBOLT site. So see you soon.